Hello everyone, this is Shishi coming to you today with my first review of the Alphabet Punch Board. I purchased this board because my daughter's graduating next month and I would like to make some banners for her graduation party. So I'll take this out the packaging and show you what I did. I did some cool things with this board, so let's get to it. Okay, I'm back now and I have taken the board out of the packaging, and it comes with this booklet. Inside the booklet it tells you how to make each letter. Now there's no written out instructions on how to do this, it's just visual instructions. So you have to go based on what the pictures show you, which it can get a little complicated. Now there's some arrows that indicate to flip the paper over, reverse the paper, so you have to kind of like figure it out. So it would have been helpful if they wrote out some information on what to do. So that kind of disappointed me when I first started playing with the board. But you know, if you watch some videos and tutorials, for some people maybe that'll help you. But you know, some people might not know to do that. So again, that was one of the things that disappointed me, that there was no written out instructions on what these arrows mean and, you know, how to get the letter to look like that. So I mean, it's a wonderful board, but again, if some people might not know what to do. So I didn't like that about using this board, and some people might get frustrated. So just wanted to point that out to you. There is a disclaimer in the beginning of the book. It says some letters might not come out as you like because A, you may not have cut the paper properly, and the size of the paper should be 3 by 5 inches. So what I'm frustrated with the board is if you're off by a hair, and you know, you can try your best to cut the paper perfectly, your letter might not come out right, and you will need scissors to trim, like it shows in the picture, some of the cuts to make it even. So that was a little frustrating. But again, I love the board. It's just, I have a feeling that they were just trying to cover themselves for whatever, you know, improper engineering they may have had. It's really hard to get your paper cut perfectly. It's just me. I don't know. I've had issues with every letter I've tried. Some come out okay, but you'll always see a flaw in all the letters. So I've had to cut with my scissors to get it just right. So I don't know. Maybe they'll come out with a tool that'll help you cut your paper exactly 3 by 5. Trying to cut it on a trimming board, it can be rather hard because when you try to use it with the board, it just doesn't come out as you hope. So I just want to point that out. So I'll just point that out to you. But again, it's a wonderful board. It's just, this is just my opinion. Just wanted to make you guys aware if you're going to purchase this board. These are some things that I've run into as I've used the board. So again, it's hard to get the paper perfectly 3 by 5. Even when you think it's 3 by 5, you'll find or learn that when you go to make the letter, it doesn't cut out perfectly. And they say it's user error. So I don't know. You may have a flawed board. But again, they covered themselves in this disclaimer that it's user error or your paper isn't sized properly. But I know I've cut my paper out right, so I don't know why it still doesn't cut properly. So anyway, just thought I would point these things out. It comes with a blade, so you can cut the letters, and this is where you punch to get some of your cuts. This is where you go to do the corner rounding, this punch right here. Now, after I'm done, you know, cutting out my letters, I have found some additional uses for this board. So what I'm going to demonstrate is how to cut an A. So I've cut my paper out 3 by 5, so I'll slide it in. So it tells you, and then I've also found that some of the letters are repetitive, so you might memorize how to cut out the A's, and so you don't need the book always. And if you lose the book, I believe there is an app that you can download to get the instructions, again. So it says to cut the A with 1 punch. So I've done that. I slid my paper in, cut it with 1 punch. Then it says to rotate. There's an arrow that says to rotate the paper and punch again. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to rotate the paper and punch again to get my A. So I'll do that and punch again. So this is what I have so far. And so get the book out again. And now it says to put my paper in this little slider. So I will open the slider, or whatever you want to call it. It has magnets that keep this down. This also holds in place so it doesn't fall out. And now next it says to cut, I apologize for the shakiness of my camera, cut right here where the first hole that I punch. So I will slice it twice up here. So I'll take the blade and I'll cut right there to get my blade. And then I'll slice it again. Alright, so I'll lift it up and then pull the paper out. So as you can see, it's not perfectly cut. There is a little, like I said, a hair of some trimming I might have to do to get that cut perfect. So like I said, I cut my paper 3 by 5 and still I have a little bit of trimming to do to get it just right. So like I said, I don't see how, that tells me it's user error when I just stuck the blade right in the little channels and cut. That's not user error when it's perfectly in the little channel. So here I've trimmed a little bit to get it as neat as I can, but there you go. There's my A, and now I'm going to do the corner rounder part. So you just slide the paper in the corner rounder and you just give it a punch on that side. You can flip it over and punch again and give it another punch, and then there's your A, like that. Okay, so that's the demo for the alphabet punch board. Now I want to show you what I've been playing with, because after I'm done with my daughter's graduation party, this is what I plan to do when it's collecting dust, because you're not going to plan parties and need these boards all the time to make letters. So these are the little bits that fall out after you're done punching. And so people are like, hey, we can do stuff with this. So yes, you can. So I'll show you what I come up with. I'm making flowers with mine. And I've trimmed the sides like so to make little petals. And here's some flowers that I made. Here's one. Here's another one. Here's another one. So I'll come up with a tutorial on how to make this soon if you're interested. But this is what I've made so far with the little bits that fall out when you punch, because you'll get a lot of them when you make a lot of letters. So that's one idea. One thing that's neat is when you're doing this big corner rounder like so, you can make tags. So one of the ideas I came up with, since my daughter's graduating, is making a tag that says key to success, and I'll have all the people that come to the party write down suggestions on the key to success, and then I've attached a little key to the tag. And how you obtain that is, again, as I showed you, it has a nice corner rounding effect, and you just slide your paper in, and I'll show you a little small tag. Just slide your paper in like this and give it a punch. Flip the paper over, give it another punch, and then on top of there is another punch that gives you the ability to give a pendant punch like a fishtail. So I'll show you that. It looks like that. So I thought that was kind of neat. But if you flip it upside down, it kind of looks like a tulip. So I can see people making tulip cards or all kinds of things. So it's really a neat board if you're going to use it for other things. So like I said, it makes these cute little tags. So you can make it longer or shorter, or flip it like that, or you can leave your card square and have this little fishtail tag. I mean, there's endless possibilities. So I will show you some of the letters that I've cut out. I've cut out the year that she graduates, so I cut out a 2. Here's what the 2 looks like. Here's the 0. Here's the 1. And then here's the 6 for 2016. I have cut out her name. Her name is Maya. So here's the M. And here's the Y. And here's, as you can see, the A. And then I'll show you what the C looks like. C was a challenge. Haven't glittered that yet, but I will. I've cut out congratulations. Well, congrats. I didn't do the full congratulations, but this is what the N looks like. It's the same as the U. If you flip it this way, this is how the N looks like. Now the M, they say you could have one of 2 options. You can glue 2 ends together to make an M, or you can cut out a, let's see, I'll give you the paper dimensions for the M and explain. See, on this page it shows you can glue 2 ends together to make a M, or you can cut out a 5" by 5" piece of paper and do it that way and have the M's already connected. So I went that route because I didn't want to glue the 2 ends together to make an M. So this is what I came up with to have everything connected. So I did that. Let's see. Here's the O. So O and 0 are the same. Here's the G. Here's the T. Here's the R. And here's the S. So I hope my review was helpful for you. I do recommend it. I bought my board at Michael's. It retails for $39.99. I purchased it for 40% off, so it ended up being about $23. If you're on the fence about buying it, only buy it if you have an immediate need. I have a feeling the prices will level out as the boards become very popular. I recommend it for teachers who have bulletin boards, people who have a need for parties. It's a really fun board. I think it will become wildly popular as it gets more attention. I do have a feeling that if it does become really popular, that they may even re-engineer it so that it does have the ability to make other sizes, because that's the only downside to this board, is that you can only do one size letter, and I would have liked to have the letters a little bit bigger to make a banner for my daughter's graduation party, but this is the only size that you get. You can't make it smaller, you can't make it bigger, just one size. So, you know, it does have its limitations, but if it becomes wildly popular, I think it will have probably a revamp. That's just my guess. and they might come out with a board that, you know, has the ability to make different size letters. I just have that feeling. But if not, you know, hey, go out and buy it. It's a nice board. It has some flaws, but they blame it on the user and say that, you know, hey, you didn't cut your paper out properly, or it's a user error. So anyway, that's my time. I hope my review is helpful. Take care and have a great day.